You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, episode 75 of the COD.
We
We
here,
here,
bro.
we fired up.
The
So
COD.
it's Ryan and Paul.
Hey, it's Paul and Ryan back again,
You know
man.
the vibes.
We're keeping it rolling. We were just talking offline about the student loan forgiveness and
Yeah.
how they one of the key issues that the current administration was running on was student loan forgiveness, and obviously as millennials we carry the largest burden of student loans
Yeah.
in American history. So they're tiptoeing around it, right? They're approving this
Yep.
much money for these people, this much money for these people, instead of just fucking forgiving it, you know?
Right. And it hasn't happened yet. They're playing around.
Yeah. We just gave 40
I
billion
mean,
to Ukraine,
of
which,
course. Because we don't have money for anything else, but
that's true.
we'll find money to send to Ukraine. Best believe they'll find money to send to Ukraine.
Which doesn't
Um,
which doesn't have a standing government. So I wonder where all that money went. You know what I'm saying?
right. Come on now. Politics.
Uh,
Deeper, darker. Something going on out here.
hey, deeper,
But
darker.
I mean, we've spoke about this before, the student loan thing. So it's like, we all know the benefits, right? If a majority of us, right, and let's stop playing around, right? We keep seeing, oh, you forgive something for this group of people, or you did something for this group of people, or like you said, if you work a public service job and you broke your arm in the last 6 months and you didn't grow up with a mom and dad, some like the most like unique stipulations ever, then
Yeah,
you'll get something. And even then, you're only probably getting like 5 or 10 grand taken off. So
yeah,
they really, playing with these optics, trying to, at the end of the term, they're probably going to be like, see, we did something, but
yeah, exactly. But you made it
what did you
so
really do? Yeah.
right, right. You made it so unobtainable for the average
Right.
American to even
Right.
qualify for that shit
Right.
that you didn't even have to spend any money.
Right. And we know, like, regardless of the classification, if you're a student and you took out a certain amount of loans, it's hindering you. So if we can get past that, we've already said, hey, it could help us afford homes.
Right.
And this housing market is crazy. It could help us, start that business or focus on other things that will in turn help the economy.
Exactly.
So I mean, to us, it's a no-brainer. So,
And they just
I
get
don't know what's going on. So
yeah, they just gave the highest Fed interest rate hike uh,
right,
in a long
right,
time
right.
since like
So
2007.
we
It's
got
like
we got
0.75.
inflation. They
Yeah,
talking about a recession. So gas is high. All this going on, and there's clearly some things you can do to help.
right.
Um, but what's crazy is while we're still on the government, um, the Roe v. Wade that got overturned. I know when we had interviewed Merv from Read the Room, we was talking to her about the leak. So, a few pods back, that was when the leak happened.
Right.
Recently, a few days ago is when they actually went ahead and overturned it.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of things in the country going on. You got Clarence Thomas, black man on the Supreme Court. He's talking about, well, next we should look at overturning what he say,
Some bullshit.
gay marriage and
Yeah.
and things like that. Some people had responded with, well, what about overturning interracial marriage? Because he's in an interracial marriage himself.
Right.
There was another senator who had said something about, why don't we overturn Brown versus the Board of Education, which we know
Right.
deals with
Segregation.
desegregation and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of things, because clearly it's not just about abortion.
Yeah.
This is about, oh, we can do this. What else can we do? So a lot of people are speculating what else is going to happen next.
It's crazy, bro. And you're right. What's going to happen next, right? And there's a lot of people missing the point of this, because I've talked to multiple people about this, and some people honestly don't understand it. And,
Right.
and let me put it in layman's terms for those who don't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like this. It's like this. The federal government, the state government, then you got the counties or whatever, and they
Yeah.
make laws, right? But if it's legal federally, just like everybody wants marijuana to be legal federally, so it could be legal everywhere, but it's not legal
Hmm.
federally. So guess what? It's still illegal in some states. That's just
Right.
the facts. So what this does is that let's just say there's a cat. There's a cat on one side of the fence, but there's a fence up, and it's 6 dogs on this side of the fence, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That fence is protecting that cat from getting eaten because they can't get past. So the federal government making this, overturning Roe versus Wade is
Yeah.
like removing the fence.
Facts.
Some of those dogs are going to run across that yard, if not all of them,
Right.
because it gives them the option to do wild shit.
Right.
And
Right.
that's what's happening right now. A lot of these states had trigger laws or trigger mechanisms in place where if abortion ever got overturned federally, they would automatically overturn it in their state, making it not an option for women.
Yeah.
My question is this: why the fuck, with everything going on in the world, are we still talking about this and worried about this right now? Like, how did this even happen? Right?
Right.
How did this even happen? And what are they going to do next? Exactly. You said it perfectly, right? Well, them being able to overturn these justices without anybody else's input, without anybody else's vote, them just being able to just straight up overturn this shit, which is may not affect every woman, but it affects, their rights in some form or another. You know what I mean? But why are we even concentrating on that? Why are we even trying to control what they do with their bodies? I don't fucking get it. It's some kind of underlying agenda, bro.
Yeah.
And like you said, it begs the question: what else are they gonna look at? You know what I mean?
I think it's them playing a game to try to see what more they can do. Because when you think about it, they're always referencing the Constitution. Oh, the Constitution, the Constitution, the constitutionality of this, and that. But clearly, these guys can sit there and pick and choose and amend. And so, what even is the Constitution at this point, right? So, like you said, there's no vote. It's just them in a room. I mean, what happens if they wake up tomorrow and decide to, can we just rule on this, or can we rule on this? I mean, that's what I want to know. Where does it end? Like, how do these things come up in an agenda? Does somebody have to file an appeal for them to do it? Or can the Supreme Court wake up one day and just say, you know what, let's discuss this law?
Yeah.
All right.
They always talk about checks and balances. Where's their check and where's their balance? Who's checking them?
Right. And honestly, the abortion thing is just one of many things that have been going on. So the Supreme Court struck down a restrictive gun law in New York.
Right.
So now you can conceal and carry in New York, which is wild. What else did they do recently? Supreme Court recently had ruled that border police did not need a motive to walk into your house and, do whatever if you live within 100 miles of a border, which a vast majority of Americans do live within 100 miles of a border.
Right.
If you look at the map and you look at what 100 miles of a border is, it's a whole lot. It's like just a small section in the middle of the U.S. that does not apply to.
Yeah, here Illinois, and that's it.
So what does that fucking mean, bro? What does that fucking mean? Like, what are they preparing for the border patrol to just walk up in people's house? Like, that's some weirdo shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I can't even rail off the top of my head right now, but they do seem to try to be stepping a lot of stuff back right now. So we gotta pay attention to what's going on there, because I mean, a lot of these I think 3 justices were appointed by Trump. So even if Trump is not in office, his effects are still being felt. So I look at some people who say, oh yeah, Trump 2024. Oh yeah, you missed Trump, or look, you voted for Biden. And I'm gonna criticize Biden in a minute, But, I look at some of these people who are complaining about this Roe v. Wade, and I'm like, but I thought you guys were making jokes about Trump, or I thought you guys were talking about you wanted Trump back, or you like Trump because of the entertainment aspect. But clearly, this is a bigger part of what making America great again looks like.
Right.
So, clearly there was a senator on stage with him. I don't know if she was a senator, but there was a lady on stage with Trump talking about today was a great victory for white life. So, I mean, we already know there's no concealing these things anymore. And not to get political with people, I mean, we already have been talking politics, but my thing is there should be a separation of church and state, which I feel like they're trying to walk that back as well.
100%. 100%.
Because this land is supposed to be for everybody, which we already understand is more than one religion. So if you make laws based on one religion, you're like excluding everybody else's thoughts. But my thing is, regardless if you support abortion or not, it should be legal for women to make the choice. If you're against it in your life, that's fine. You have that choice to go ahead to carry to term or to plan your life around that, or to, try to, procreate when you feel is necessary in your life and things like that. But just because you're against it, it shouldn't mean that you should restrict someone else.
Right.
It's much more than just abortion. Of course, we know abortion goes into a lot, it overlaps with a lot of other medical procedures and things like that. So, it's wild out here. And when I said I was going to go at Biden right now, I'm going to say that because when this whole thing went down, I saw Bernie tweet out like, hey, what we can do is end the filibuster, which we've been talking about for a while, that they've been, putting on, just like the student loans. Bernie said we can end the filibuster and we can codify Roe v. Wade into law. So if the president can sit around and sign this thing into law, effectively, countering the Supreme Court, it's like, why are we not doing that? Why is it not happening? Why are we dragging our feet? Because clearly, if Trump was in office, he would have been signed an executive order quick. And that's the one thing I don't understand. We saw Trump do all this, and then you get in office and you're not doing the same type of things.
You're pussyfooting. And it's
exactly.
It's crazy because I saw a tweet from you saw Bernie. I saw AOC tweet something out. And I usually don't quote AOC, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I usually don't quote her, but she did say some real shit as well. She's like, hey, Democrats, this is why you should be out here doing stuff, other than just election time. Like we need to make something happen. And I think that's true of both parties. Like don't just do shit to try to get reelected or do shit that means something.
This is where I'm. I was gonna say this is where I'm going with it because when it went down, what I saw Biden say and a lot of other people say is, which we've heard a lot. Well, this is going to be the most important item on the ballot. Make sure you vote.
Yeah.
Okay. But like we can't wait however many months or whatever until the next election, bro. And like this stuff is happening today. And then the thing that really got me pissed is that I get a text. And I don't know why I haven't stopped it yet, but I got a text. I think I'm on one of those like political lists or DNC lists or something. But it goes like, "Hi, it's Biden. What happened today is a tragedy in the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Rush $15 to the DNC right now." I'm like, what type of tone deaf bullshit? I'm like, you guys had however many years that we've known. Actually, Roe v. Wade, this thing has been around for what, like 50 years now?
50 years.
50 years now. So we're going back 50 years. But within that time, no president has sat there and tried to sign this thing into law. So let me take it off of Biden for a minute. Within that 50 years, no president, no Democratic president, since this seems to be, a Democratic choice, thing with the pro-choice. So none of them this whole 50 years. Okay, let's get off all the Democratic people in the past 50 years. Let's just focus on Biden. You, with the time you got in there, just like I said, with the precedent that Trump had set by going in there and just signing executive orders and really focusing on an agenda, because clearly we can see that agenda is still playing out right now.
Magic, right?
My thing is like, yo, Biden, you've had a lot of time. Don't sit there and ask me to rush $15 now. What is that $15 gonna do? Where is that gonna go?
Then you just hit the billionaire mark since you've been in office. What the fuck?
Right, dog. How about you go and sign something into law? How about you go do something other than asking us to vote? Because this is basically thoughts and prayers, right? When someone gets shot, it's thoughts and prayers. When we don't like something politically that's going down, or they're trying to walk us backwards, then it's go vote. But the time to vote is like months away, maybe years away. So,
and that's the problem, bro. What do we vote for? We vote to put you in office to make a difference, make a change.
We voted last time. The last time they said vote, we voted. So do what you say you doing, dog. Like, come on, bro.
And you know what? And stop. And also, this shit, stop popping smoke. We ain't gonna forget about that 40 billion either.
Right.
That y'all said brain. We ain't gonna forget about that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, come on, man. Like, I think it's a bunch of bullshit going on right now. And they just, and the problem is this, man. The problem is that our information is instant with the internet. The problem is this generation of people, us as adults now, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're paying attention, bro. I'll call you on your bullshit real quick. Like,
right.
Attention.
Right. You can't hide from us. We see everything.
You can't, bro. You can't. These old motherfuckers shouldn't be making decisions for our generation.
Facts.
That's period. And I agree, regardless of what your political stance is, you know what I mean? We need to be paying attention, bro, and we need to hold them accountable, man. And it's crazy when you got people making remarks cross parties that this is bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's just I don't know. It's upsetting. It's upsetting because it's
then at my job, I work for government. So, in my job, it's kind of wild. We got some type of notice talking about how, the department is still going to look out for its employees and things like that, which a lot of jobs are doing right now. And the wording, just because it is coming from like a government department, the wording kind of made it seem like, we are blindsided by this. We are doing everything in our power to uphold. So I'm like, damn, it's like, it's not some unified front. Like,
no.
Even some of these people in the government are like, like and then the way they worded it said, we still have the legal precedent to, allow, this type of service to our employees and things like that. So it was wild. I was like, okay, all right, it's getting crazy out here.
Exactly, bro. You got, it's a war out here. Nobody's safe from. You know what I'm saying? Like people, it's ideologies and like you said, they're mixing more of these religious stances in politics, and it's crazy, bro. Like laissez-faire. The French taught us something. Shit. Right. Don't separate that.
Right. Relax, my guy.
Yeah, let's do what's right for all Americans. And I 100% support our women. Right. I 100% support our women. That's crazy, bro. That's like somebody telling us something about, right? And you never hear that in America, but that's like, it's unfathomable them making a law about a man's genitalia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and crazy thing is that kind of reminded me of I think something else Clarence Thomas said. I think he said that he wanted to consider banning contraception next. Like, what's going on out here, my guy?
Doing, bro?
What's really good, my guy? Like, you guys are fucking sick. Like,
I've seen.
What are they against? Are they against pleasure now? Like they they giving people guns and restricting sex. Everyone is about to die out here. Like motherfuckers about to be antsy. They
Right,
about to be on edge.
right, right. They trying to set up.
Like
They trying to set up the purge in this motherfucker. Just
really, like it's disgusting. It's crazy.
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
crazy.
damn, G. Like, I'm like, and then if you want to go back to the, I can't even call it a conspiracy theory because the lady did say out of her mouth, this is a victory for white life and things like that.
That's
So
crazy.
it's like,
Man. She really said that shit. I didn't see
right,
that.
right. There's a video. I'll send it. I'll send it.
Oh
It was
man.
at a rally. So, and she said something about, all the MAGA patriots. So it's definitely real extremist language and stuff like that. But this lady, when she said that, there's a stat that I heard talking about 60% of abortions are, from white women and things like that. So when you hear those two statements, you start to wonder, could it be? Is this kind of fueled by that? And then when you want to take away condoms, it's like, damn, you just I don't know, maybe it's maybe they're, because I know, of course, the white people are still a majority, but maybe they're looking at some data as far
The
as
numbers are
birth
dwindling.
decline. Exactly. So when you think about the no abortion, no condoms, it's like, hey, okay, all right. But then you also got to think that there's a shortage on baby formula, and no one's doing anything about that in the government as well. So y'all want to load this world up with babies right now, and there's not even enough resources, or y'all don't even care,
Yeah.
and we still don't have universal health care.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, a lot of crazy things, in the world of politics.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe so. And you know, and them doing the abortion shit is crazy. But then him trying to thinking about attacking like contraceptives and shit. Like, man, you're gonna have to go to war with Big Pharma. I don't know about
Right, what's up, G? What's up, G? All right, now we gonna load the guns up.
right. Uncle Ruckus better calm down for real.
Right. Shut your ass up, nigga. Just
Yeah,
because your
for real.
marriage ain't going, nigga.
Hey, call a spade a spade. You feel me? Like,
Right.
shut your goof ass up.
Leave your problems at home.
Yeah, man.
But I do want to transition into sports real quick because I saw you over the weekend. You was at the bar. You was talking
Yeah,
about Stanley Cup winners. So
yeah,
break
man.
it down for us, man. How'd it go? Who won? Who took
Yeah.
home the chip?
They took a game 6, man. Game 6. The Avalanche took it home for the
Right.
Stanley Cups. And man, it was a great win. They're a great team. They remind me of that old Blackhawks team,
Come on. Shout out.
Yeah, me being from Chicago, shout out to the Blackhawks. And yeah, man, it was great to watch it, and it was great to feel that energy again. Like I haven't felt that energy in a while.
Right.
And yeah, congratulations to them, man. Everybody was out and about having a good time, and I'm a little limited right now. Got my injury, but
Right.
I got to get out with some buddies and enjoy it. So
That's
yeah,
good.
man. Yeah. So that happened. They actually won the Colorado Mammoth actually won they won the what is it? Not hockey. I don't know. We're just talking about the Avalanche. It's lacrosse. They won a lacrosse
Okay. Okay.
professional championship. So they're 2-time winning in the last month. And I know a lot of people don't watch lacrosse, but a lot of people do. It's a particular it's a particular people trip, but it's
Right.
just to be around that energy, bro. Especially in the summertime, man. We get into
Right.
the summer months. People are outside again. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Wear your
Come on.
because
Yes, sir.
this
Yes,
thing
sir.
this thing is starting to spread a little bit. I know a couple people who caught it, so still protect yourselves. I'm gonna throw that in there.
Exactly. It's still out here.
Right, while you out enjoying yourself, protect yourself as well.
Right.
So, but yeah, man,
Did you
yeah.
peep the draft?
I did peep
NBA?
the draft. I did peep the draft. Yeah.
What thing?
Shit, man. Well, we signing a big contract with Levine. The Bulls are going to do that. So I mean,
we lock Levine down. Is that confirmed, or
yeah,
is he still looking?
Nah, they were talking about locking them in, man, to a
All right, because we need
contract.
that. We need that.
Yeah.
And then
But it says 4 hours ago. It says the Bulls are expected to move quickly to agree to a max contract with Levine. So Zach Levine. So yeah,
Hey,
they ain't gonna let him go. But yeah, we picked up some young boys, which is always a good thing. I mean, shit, if any of the teams, the Suns, Memphis, have shown us anything, is that the youth are out here hungry, man.
the future. Yeah. I
Yeah,
see I see Kyrie
yeah,
decided to opt in.
yeah,
So, for a minute we thought he was gonna leave Brooklyn, but
yeah.
he's staying where he at.
Yeah, the Lakers were pulling his coattail, and
Right,
I was like,
right,
come on, man, don't do
right,
that, don't
right.
do
Back
that,
with LeBron. All right,
don't
all
do
right.
that.
Now
No,
I heard the Knicks did
trying to pull it.
horribly. They did horribly in the draft.
Hmm.
They traded away like four top picks for something else, and then they had a excuse on it's a 7-year plan, things
Seven
like
year plan,
that.
bro. That's something that no fan is trying to hear.
Right, right.
It's a
I feel like
7 year.
the Bulls, we already went through our seven,
Yeah,
fuck it, 10-year plan, 10, 12-year plan. So
right.
when that like take it from us as Bulls fans, anybody from New York listening, when the front office finally shifted in power and we were able to get uh Lonzo and Zach Levine
And Demar,
and and DeMar, you saw the excitement come back.
right?
Now when we get those guys, hey, maybe we don't get a championship that first year, maybe even first 2 years. But it sounds much better if you tell me you have a 3 or 4 year plan when you got the players in place
Exactly.
than, oh, it's a 7-year plan and you just keep on
Yeah,
doing horribly in the draft and you keep on every year is a building year or something like that. How many excuses can you take? So, the Knicks, they've been the butt of people's jokes for years now. And that performance of the draft didn't help.
didn't help at all, bro. I mean, when was the last time the Knicks were good? Honestly,
Right.
when was the last time you were like, damn, oh, the Knicks are competitive?
Right.
It's been a long time, bro.
Far, like
Yeah, it's been a long
I mean,
time.
the funny thing is you can look at TV from the 90s, like Martin and things like that. You can look at what Fresh Prince. You could even look at, I'm pretty sure, like Home Alone and things like that. And there's always jokes on, oh, I'm gonna watch the Knicks lose. We gonna watch the Knicks lose. I'm like, damn, how long have the Knicks been losing? Because these shows are pretty old now. Like I'm pretty sure in the 40-year-old version there's a joke about the Knicks losing.
Right.
So it's been a narrative for years now. Like at
Yeah.
least at least the Bulls had the Jordan era. So when we was in the dark ages, it was like, hey man, we had Jordan. We
We
had
got
6 and 7 or whatnot.
we got
Six
rings.
and eight. Right.
Iconic players who brought the chip home. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
all they got is Spike. Shit, that's it.
Right.
Spike Lee
Right.
and Ewing.
Right. How much you and shoes could you sell?
Right.
Oh shit.
That's it. I'm trying to think, bro. I can't even recall when they were good. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Right.
oh, damn, it's the Knicks versus the Lakers. So, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, when's the last time they've been to the finals?
Right. Now we got away from politics earlier, but we kind of got to double back. Just because it is sports related. Brittany Griner,
Oh, yeah,
WNBA player who has been detained in Russia for a
sometime.
while now.
Yeah,
Since the war had started over there.
yeah. Facing.
She had a trial, and I guess they had ruled that 6 more months. She's going back into lockup for 6 more months until her next hearing or something like that. So, clearly I figured when I saw the war wasn't slowing down that she wasn't going to be let go,
No,
because she seems to be a bargaining chip or whatever that they're trying to use with the US. And the US, they don't seem like they're really doing too much other than telling her to stay strong. So
the U.S. doesn't care, and we back in. It's a bigger picture, right? They're back in Ukraine,
right,
back in Ukraine, and yeah, yeah. God bless her. I just hope she,
right.
hope.
Because it's crazy. It's like I'm trying to figure out what the solution is. Because when I thought about what Leangelo Ball, like when he was in China, there
Yeah,
wasn't a war going on then. So, and I'm pretty sure that they said Trump didn't do as much as he said he did, So, when I think about that situation, it's a few bureaucratic calls probably, and they released him. So now with this war element, it's a little interesting. It's a little like, what's really gonna go on and how could you really mitigate this? Because, if the US makes some calls, it's basically gonna be like, what can you do for us?
100%.
And we don't want to do anything. So then it's like, okay, are you gonna storm it and then we're in war? So yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. But are we also doing as much as we can?
Yeah, unfortunately, man, she's caught in a situation where no lawyer, and I mean nobody can help her right now. You know what I mean? The U.S.
Right.
could help her, but that would, like you said, that'll probably mean like some crazy shit like not back in Ukraine, or you know what I mean, or um, and it's Putin.
POW right now.
Yeah, pretty much. And because I was about to say, is Putin a sane guy? Is he going?
Right, right,
is his demands going to be reasonable to
right.
release her?
Hell no.
Probably not.
Hell no. You already know how that go.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately, man, I know for her and for her family, like that's rough. That's tough to even have to go through.
right.
Yeah, so be careful traveling abroad. Know what you're dealing with.
Right.
That's for sure. And that's the thing too. Us as Americans, like we were talking about marijuana earlier, talking about federal law. Um,
Right.
Marijuana, whether it's in oil form or whatever you got, whatever extract you got of marijuana, it's still not legal in some states in the
In the
U.S.
US, right.
Yeah,
So
so going to another country with it, I mean, you just you putting yourself in their hands.
rolling the dice.
Yeah, because you got to go by their laws. American law doesn't apply in other countries, and like I said, a lot of Americans forget that. There's no American Bill of Rights in Russia, so
Right.
it's messed up. But shit, I mean, hopefully we get her back, man. The WNBA is in full flex right now. Chicago Sky doing their thing. Um, yeah, I've been trying to.
Hey. Yeah. So how's Chicago Sky doing since you mentioned them?
Yeah, no, they're doing good, man. They're doing good. It was the playoffs. See where they are right now. And I know, women's basketball, a lot of them, man, they hoop better than most of the NBA teams, to be honest with you, if you watch them. And it's amazing to see them women go out there and do what they do.
Right. So so give us a update because I know now, usually we'd get into the TV segment and whatnot. A
Right.
lot of people out here have been going crazy with Obi-Wan, and I know you're tapped in.
I'm tapped
Where,
in, man. I just watched it.
yeah,
I just finished the episode of the new episodes of Peaky Blinders. If you're fucking with Peaky Blinders, that's an amazing show. If you're not tapped in, check it out. It's set up in the early 1930s,
yeah,
1920s, 1930s, before World War II.
right,
Mafia, man, prohibition.
mm-hmm.
all the way up to opium. So
that Al Capone lifestyle.
man, it's a lot going on, bro. It's a lot going on, and it catches your attention and it sticks with it. I won't give it away, but it's worth the watch if you're not watching it. But yeah, man, Obi-Wan Kenobi going hard. They just had the season finale. Watched that. It was pretty good. Have you been keeping up with it? Or are you still on the Stranger Things?
No. I finished Stranger Things, but
yeah. What would you?
Yeah. I would say eight. I'll say eight out of 10. 8 out of 10 right now.
8 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't have Disney Plus, so I'm always out the loop.
Right.
When it comes to all of that.
So, and see, that's the thing, bro. All these shows, you got to stream them on different streaming platforms. Like,
yeah,
I watch Halo.
Right back.
Right. I watched Halo, and I had to download Paramount for like a month.
And how's Halo? Because I've heard, good and bad about that, depending on who's speaking.
Right. I like it, bro. See, a lot of people, man, when they like a franchise, and Star Wars and Harry Potter people are real guilty of this shit, right? But like when they watch something or an extension, or they watch a show that's been created off the game or the books or whatever, man, they just automatically got this critical hat on. They just criticize it instead of just enjoying it, enjoying the ride, the fucking, the cinematic fucking adventure. They just criticizing it. Oh, it should have been this. Oh, that wasn't in the book. Oh, this didn't happen this way. It's like, man, just appreciate, you know what I mean? Appreciate the artistry in them bringing it to us on the screen. It's an adventure just watching it, even if they change a couple of things.
Right. So what I've tapped into since Stranger Things, The Chi started back on Showtime. Now The Chi, at this point, it's kind of like Power. I mean, Power did get better over the seasons and different shows, but it's kind of like where you hate watching it because it kind of jumped the shark a while ago. So now you're just kind of keeping up with. All right, I'm here. I'm 4 seasons deep. But fifth season started out all right, but it's a lot of the relationship drama now. So The Chi is less about Chicago and it's more so about, this marriage is falling apart. And you still have a little bit of elements of these are the good kids. Well, not good. Well, yeah, some of them are good kids, but you still have the stories of the kids who could go astray or who have the potential to go astray, and then you got the OGs from the block talking to them and things like that. So it's cool. But they also have Flatbush misdemeanors on Showtime as well.
Right.
One of the I think the head comedian went to DePaul, or he did a show at DePaul one time. But good show. It's about a teacher in Brooklyn and his friend who's an artist. And I wouldn't call it like a stoner show, but it definitely has a real chilled out vibe. I mean, maybe they smoke here and there, but it's more like a New York show, a comedy. So, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I could appreciate that, man. I just watched that new show or that new movie with Kevin Hart and what's my man's name?
I think I know what you mean. The Man from Toronto.
Yeah.
How was that? I'm trying to watch it.
Bro, it was good, bro. It was good.
Hey, Kevin Hart been doing these action movies on Netflix. Okay, yeah.
Woody Harrelson, that's my guy because he played a zombie man. I fuck with Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
He's funny too, man. And him and Kevin Hart, they got good chemistry, bro.
Okay, all right.
It's definitely worth that. That's definitely worth the watch. That's a good nighttime flick for sure. Had me dying, bro. Had me dying. Yeah, Kevin Hart, man. I feel like he just keeps getting better and better too, especially with the movie shit,
Of course, because you watched his mini series that was on Netflix, right? The True
Yeah.
Story. Yeah,
Oh
I
man.
like that one. Yeah, crazy.
Hey, dark and deep, bro. Funny
Yeah,
sometimes, but
right. You almost are like, did this really happen to?
yeah. Hey.
Yeah,
The acting was that good, bro.
right.
It was that
It,
good.
it's crazy because I'll sit there and I'll be like, so was this Jay-Z? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, did Jay-Z do this? Like, I could see some people pulling
Yeah,
these plays and shit like that, So
right.
yeah, this shit crazy out here,
Or some,
man.
or some Eddie Murphy, fucking his brother, Charlie Murphy.
Right,
Like, what's going
right,
on?
right.
Yeah, where'd y'all
I'm
get the
like,
story? Where y'all get this story from? It's a little bit too realistic.
right, something going on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But yeah,
oh man,
that's a testament to his acting though, bro. He's getting
acting
better.
skills. Yeah, outside of comedy, yeah, he really is. He's stepping it up out here.
Yeah, 100%, bro. That shit had me. Yeah, yeah. Man from Toronto. Yeah, definitely get out of watch. Definitely get out of watch. What's on your radar, man? What else you sizing up?
I was just gonna bring up. I was gonna bring up music, man. It's a couple new drops out here. Um, shit. Kendrick Lamar. He's promoting his album still. He performed at the Louis Vuitton show. So I don't know if that was every time I see a Louis Vuitton show, I feel like they keep saying this was Virgil's last collection.
They're
But he
trying
seems
to.
like he's had a couple last collections so far. So
They're
I'm
trying to.
like, all right, guys.
They're trying to ride his name, bro.
They
They're trying to ride
definitely
his name.
are. They definitely are. Because I swear the last collection they said it was his last collection. So I'm like, yo, where we keep finding these things? Are you guys going through his sketchbook now and just producing anything that he had? Like, because who knows, so
Yeah.
regardless, it was a Virgil collection. Kendrick was sitting there and he was rapping and he was performing. So that was like the first time we got to see some performances of the new album. And there, just like in Glastonbury, because he had performed at a music festival in London or the UK. And both times he had worn this diamond crown of thrones, diamond
Crown of Thorns.
crown of thorns, right? Game of Thrones, crown of thorns. He's wearing a diamond crown of thorns. And of course, he's got a song on the project called Savior, where he says, Kendrick, I am not your savior, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So, that had a little bit of mixed reactions because, of course, the crown of thorns is reminiscent of Jesus. That's what Jesus wore on the cross and things like that. So when you have a diamond encrusted crown of thorns, what are you saying? What does it mean? What's the backstory behind that? So a few people were like, I thought we already knew that we're not fucking with conscious rappers or this or that or whatever it is.
Right.
People thought it was in weird taste. But I saw one take on the Crown of Thorns and it was made by Tiffany and Company. So another flex. They have a video about behind the design and things like that. But somebody's take was that diamonds have been stolen from Africa for years with the trade and things like that and blood diamonds. And for him to wear this is reclaiming this and that. It's the Twitter rhetoric. It's somebody's upset. Somebody has a deeper than normal explanation.
Of what's going on.
Right, and we all go back to work. But I mean, yeah, man, the Kendrick the Kendrick project is cool to see. People get involved with, or at least him promoting that and performing it. Travis Scott, who knows if he's performing? He's got a show in the UK coming up, and we don't know if it's a show or if it's a listening party for the new project. So he's getting back outside as well. But one person I do want to put a spotlight on and play some music at the end of the pod is Lupe Fiasco. He did release an album,
Yes, he
Real
did.
Music in Zion. He's linked back up with one of the producers that he entered the game with on Food and Liquor, which is soundtrack. So me, 10 tracks, all 10 tracks are fire. I mean, Lupe has always been fire, but he seems to be getting back into what I don't want to call it a prime, but it's something like that. It's something like
Yeah,
that.
he's getting back to his roots, bro. I listen to it too.
Exactly.
I think that because I've seen him perform a couple of times. He's never lost his love for music.
Yeah.
I just think that some artists like Lupe and there's a couple other artists too who kind of just gotta, and even Kendrick, right? It took him a minute to release something, and even Chance, right? He hasn't released. It took him a minute to get back in the studio. You get to this point where it's like, all right, my life has changed, right? My life has changed from what it used to be. What's my inspiration now? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's at that point, an artist reaches for who he is now and creates something new, or you reach back for who you were and get back to why you fell in love with it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing with a lot of big artists. It's like, you Jay-Z in there, right? You missed the old me, listen to my old album.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
But some people grasping on to that original love is what keeps them doing it in the first place. So I think that Lupe, I think that might be his thing. It's like, you know what, I'm in this, I'm in the spotlight, I'm in the limelight, I'm making music, but is it really my music? Let me step back for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So man, I fuck with Lupe hard.
Lupe is also the type of artist who's like a rapper's rapper. Right. So he can make music, he can make the pop music or the mainstream music and sell records. But he can also get on this plane where it's like you gotta understand the technicality of the writing, because I'm gonna take it to a height so high that you're not gonna be able to comprehend what I'm saying. Yeah. And I feel like he did that for a few projects where like I'm rapping on the highest level. Like this ain't even for the casual listeners. This is for you got to be all the way tapped in and listen 2 or 3 times. So shout out Tetsu on Youth, shout out, all his recent projects and things like that where he did get that tapped in. But I feel like something like drill music and Zion, of course, is still at the high level of lyricism, but it's one of those things where it's like it's focused, you know what I mean? Like, and not to say his other stuff isn't focused, but I feel like he came down from that super high level to give the masses like a project that it's still heavy, but it's like, okay, I know they're going to understand this. Let me come down from the sport. Let me come down from the ledges of where I can take it, the Super Saiyan, level raps, and give people something that I feel like if this dropped after the Cool, it sounds like that. You know what I mean? This sounds like one of those first original, yeah, exactly, first original projects. So yeah, man, shout out Lupe. Go, listen to the drill music in Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what about Drake, bro? We got to bounce
that. Yeah, we do have to speak about that. I know Gordo and I mentioned the last pod. What do you think about this, man? Because now that it's been like a week or two, I know last pod when we spoke about it, it was still fresh. I had some things. Gordo is definitely a fan. What do you think about it?
Bro, I'm gonna say this before I give my critique. Man, this shit dropped at 12 a.m., bro.
Right.
So people was up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., comfortable in their beds, comfortable in their home, listening to damn near a dance album. You know what I mean? Yeah. Exactly. So I did not listen to it at that time. I woke up the next morning.
Right.
Turned it on, turned my coffee on, turned it on, jumped in the shower. I'm listening to it. Okay.
Right.
Okay, get my day going. Like, upbeat, got some bangers. Right. I'm letting it flow. I feel like the negative critiques that came out about this album was first of all, it might be people who don't listen to electronic or techno or house music. That's first of all. Second of all, it was the timing. He dropped it at midnight. People was expecting fucking Marvin's Room. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. But that same thing, I feel like that same thing happened with the Kendrick album, because when I listened to the Kendrick album at like midnight, 1 a.m., it was the same thing for me because like to me, I know everyone else is different, but like shit, I'm kind of tired at that time if I'm not out and about. So
Yeah,
like if I decide to stay up for your album, then you know it must be something serious.
right.
So and that's not even a weekend, it's like Thursday night really. So it's like okay, you wait, midnight hits, you start listening to the project. And at least for that Kendrick project, you know those beats started hitting and those heavy topics started hitting, and you know Kendrick starts rapping. I'm barely retaining what he's saying, and I'm like, I can't get jiggy with this shit. You know what I mean? But then the next day in the morning when I listen to it, and you're in a fresh mind state, you're not half asleep. You're actually listening to what he's saying. Okay, this rocks. This
Right.
rocks. So I get that, man, because like you
Right.
said, when you're tired in your bed, you're kind of like, all right, this ain't it. But if you wake up, you got that energy, you getting the day started,
Man.
X go green. Hey,
You see that?
you out here.
You see
But
that?
I mean, for a first attempt at dance music and for a full album of it, I think Drake did well. Do I think he could do better? Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, just as far as songwriting and things like that, um, I guess I expect sometimes house music to just be more instrumental focused, and then if you do have some lyrics, you're chopping things up, you throw a phrase in there.
Yeah.
I think
Deep
Drake was still
down,
approaching it as I'm gonna
deep
give you a
inside.
full, yeah, exactly, something like that. But I feel like when Drake approaches it, it's like here's still a full verse, a hook, a
Right,
verse, things like that.
right.
But
Even
yeah, I mean, I'm not hating on it. He did his thing, man. He did his thing. And you gotta commend somebody for putting one focused vision into a project. Just because, a lot of times we've been conditioned to be like, okay, here's the girl song, here's the real rap song, here's the radio song, here's this. And those are great to have a project full of different moods and things like that. But when you have those like one producer tapes, or when you have an album that's like focused on one sound, like just for instance, if you're familiar with my music at all, like a lot of projects I'll do that same thing. You might have a trap track right next to a boom bap track, right
right,
next to an alternative or something like that. It's all great. But when I did that project with Mahi, No Place Like Home, he's some guy who, his production is, if I had to compare him to somebody, let's say Dilla or Madlib or something like that. So he's not necessarily going to bounce all over the place and be like, "Yo, I got this down south banger for you," and now I got this UK drill song, and now I got this. It's gonna sound cohesive because it's coming from one kind of focus and things like that. Now I can give you different topics, but I feel like when you listen to projects like that as opposed to other projects, sometimes it sounds a little bit more whole, I guess more cohesive, and you kind of get a different feeling. So that's one thing I did respect and like about this project, that Drake locked in with some, and for him to give that last track with 21 Savage and just put one rap track on here, I knew what he was doing. He was like, you know what, if they don't fuck with this, at least this track is going to do
they
something
can
to
take
give
this.
this, yeah, give this some numbers.
This.
But to me still, it was like, I do commend him for going full dance or going all in with it and not just giving us one or two tracks. And
Well,
it is wild. My last point on the project, it is wild that he gave us a full dance project before giving us a full rap or full R&B project. Because he's always teased it, he's always mixed it. He's always said, you know what, next time I'm gonna give you a full R&B, or next time I'm gonna give you a full rap album. And the closest he's got is the If You're Reading This was closest to full rap, but he still had R&B on there. And then with Scorpion, I thought, with the side A and B, he was going to give us, rap. But even on the A side, he still had some R&B and vice versa. So
right.
to me, I was like, shit, bro. You just chose a whole new genre to show love to.
And you know what, bro? Drake is
Right.
Drake is one of those artists, if not one of the only artists, who can really do what he does, though. You know what I'm saying? Because even if somebody doesn't like this album, ain't no way Drake drops again, they're not gonna listen to Drake's next album. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's one of the only artists who could probably drop some off the wall shit right now. And Kanye's another one. Could drop some off the wall shit right now, and then come back with something. Yeah,
right. Which there's already talks that he will, because they're saying that Scary Hours 3 is on the way, which that was like a mixtape of his and things like that. So I'm pretty sure he already knows. Like, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna feed y'all and things like that. But Beyonce, she had dropped a house record as well for her first single for this new project she's got. And I had asked Gordo what he thought about that and what that means for popular music now that two of the biggest artists are dropping house tracks. Is that the new wave? Are we gonna enter a house era?
Hey man, first of all, house has never left. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was trying to say.
So house has never left.
To people from Chicago.
Right. The birthplace of house. If y'all didn't know,
come on, man. Exactly.
Lift that up.
Exactly.
House ain't never left. And hey man, I like it. Fuck it. Get people back to dancing. Get people back to appreciating music. And I love drill music, which came from Chicago as well. But man, sometimes drill music, if we being honest, takes us to a dark place. You know what I mean? And it's
really, that's a lot of what Lupe was talking about on the project as well.
Yeah, and I mean, this is like you said, and I could say this because we got credentials. We from the city,
right, so right.
I could say like, yeah, I fuck with some drill music, but I don't want to listen to it all day. We need to kind of switch it up in hip hop a little bit,
Listen to what you said. Earlier. I woke up. I'm getting my day started.
Yeah.
You turned on a dance album.
Right.
Good vibes. You bopping before you go to work. Now imagine you wake up and you turn on the radio or the Bluetooth. I'm cooler with my youngins.
Right.
Well, 300. Like you gonna go to work and you gonna hop on them phones and be like, you better buy this right now. Like, how much more units you need? Nah, not want, need. How much more
nigga party like not get in?
Yeah, bro. It's a difference. It's a difference. It's a time and place for everything.
Everything. So. I'm doing business and trying to wake up positive. I ain't trying to think about drilling with folks in them. You know what I'm
saying? Right. And look, there used to be a time when I'd hear Kanye or someone else be like, I don't play rap in my apartment, or I don't play rap until noon or something like that. Like I used to be like, man, that's some bullshit. Y'all hating on rap or whatever. Right. But like, I understand it now. Do I wake up and play highlights? Yeah, I understand it now. But that's still to say, do I not wake up and play highlights, from Kanye? Or do I not wake up and play Umi Says from Mos Def? Like those are two rap tracks. I mean, Umi maybe a little less, but those are definitely two rap tracks where at least if I am going to play a rap track in the morning, it's got to be a positive rap track. You know what I mean? It's got to be an upbeat rap track. Like that's something I'm thinking about now. Like I understand, like you can't throw out every rap before 10 a.m.
I used to like playing Mrs. Fat Booty in the morning, bro.
Well, you know the vibes. Right.
Hey, but just some upbeat, like, you know what I'm saying? Get you going.
Right.
And that's me waking up listening to different things, because I listen to everything, right? And I'm sure, and I know you do too. Classical, I listen to reggae, I listen to reggaeton, whatever, bro.
Right.
I'm cultured in that way where I can listen to different types of music, but certain music just has an uplifting, upbeat type quality, right, bro. And
let's not act like the vibrations don't matter.
Yeah, they matter, bro. They matter, Now, if it's 1 o'clock, I'm in the mix,
just determined.
gave him a customer, you know what I'm saying? I might turn on
Right.
some Jeezy or like, you know what
Exactly.
I mean? Or,
Exactly. Or
you
if
know,
you working out, right? Like
you go
you
to the
need some
gym.
motivation. Exactly. Throw on some 50 Cent or something like
Yeah,
that.
exactly, bro. It's
Maybe some, but
music is mood. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Music is mood music all the time, bro.
All the
And
time.
some things that are good at certain times, and there's some things that are bad for you at some times. Like sometimes you ever hear a track that you really like on the radio or on your playlist, but
Right.
you just ain't in the mood. You just like, yeah, turn that.
Right. Not yet. Not yet.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
man. We gotta get back to treating music as it's, it's a certain time for each one. You got to use it accordingly.
right.
Like
It's a reason that if I'm in a room with my aunts and uncles and my grandma's in the room, some Marvin
right,
might go on, some Earth, Wind,
right,
and Fire might go on. I'm not finna turn
right.
on Pop Smoke or somebody with my grandma in the room. You know what I mean? Nah,
Right. I know some people do, but you're not gonna wake up every morning and drink alcohol, right?
right,
It's a time,
exactly.
it's a time and a place. You got to use these things accordingly.
Yeah.
And when you do get it, let me not speak as if I'm some swami, but when you do figure it out as far as the best times to play certain music, I guarantee you're gonna be out here feeling like Superman or something like that. Because it's
Oh, yeah.
just gonna enhance all your activities. I mean, there's a reason why people play music when they're cleaning the house and things like that, and certain music and things like that.
When I play
So
in the house, my go-to is Erica Badu, bro.
right,
I don't know why.
you
I don't know why.
right, bag lady.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
right.
it. I guess I'll see you next
Come
lifetime.
on.
Man, that
Hey,
motherfucker.
throw on some window seat.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly, bro.
Jeez.
Exactly. My
So
was Erica.
man, like we already said, you go to the gym, you put on some shit, you wake up, you put some things on. I guarantee you play the right music at the right time for what you need to get done, you're gonna be out here, efficient,
Yeah.
moving. But
100%.
it's definitely one of those things where we do not like to acknowledge that music has certain vibrations and moves where that's when we start to muddy our day up.
Right.
You wake up and you play the drill or or shit, man. You're actually happy and you playing some sad shit. It's like let's stop
Right.
mixing the moods, man. Let's stop forcing the moods out here. Let's try to go with the flow.
Keep it organic, bro. That's
Right, right,
let it
right,
flow naturally, you ain't gotta force it.
right.
For
Now hold on, man. One last topic I got that kind of pertains to music. Did you peep the verses or did you see anything that happened this week with the R&B verses? Mario versus Omarion?
I did not go through
Right. So
go get it.
I didn't, I don't know what's going on with verses lately, but I always feel like I'm hearing about them like the day of or the day
Right.
after. Like someone will be like, "Yo, did you see it?" And I'll be like, "Damn, like is there no promotion anymore? Like I
I
don't
didn't
I don't
know.
hear shit."
So I
Right.
heard that. But then I heard them talking about somebody was tweeting about uh Fantasia versus what's the name? Shit, who was it? It was
Jennifer
fantastic.
Hudson?
Jennifer Hudson, bro.
That's
And I
crazy.
was like, I had to think about that shit for a second, right? I was
Right.
like, man, Jennifer Hudson's good, but she ain't got enough. You know what I'm saying? Like to go up against Fantasia. I was like, I don't know, but I mean, both great singers. Jennifer Hudson from Chicago as well.
Yep, yep. I know they're probably doing that just because they're both from American Idol,
Right.
but
Well, Fantasia has some bangers.
of course she did.
Yeah.
Fantasia actually had the songs. I'll say if I wanna just give my opinion now, Fantasia had the songs, the Billboard hits, and Jennifer Hudson, she just had the voice.
She
Because
got
to
the
me, I don't think I know a Jennifer Hudson song.
I can't even.
I know she sings at all the award shows and she sings in movies and stuff like that, but a solo song from Jennifer Hudson, I don't know.
Hey, bro. I know who she is, but I don't know a solo song. And it's fucked.
Right.
When I thought about Jennifer Hudson, you know what popped in my head? Fuck
Uh,
Blue Trail. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I'm like, in my head, I'm like, how I remember that song, but I don't remember that song. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hit 'em up style.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Blue. Oh man.
Hey, that's a throwback. But I'm like, man, I can't think of a Jennifer song either. I'm like, how's she gonna go up against Fantasia?
Right. She can't unless she gonna start singing like Dream Girls and things from the movies. So
yeah, bro.
Interesting, like, yeah.
Fantasia. I would say Fantasia can damn near go up against like a Lauryn Hill, or like she can go up against Lauryn, or I think, or even what's my other girl name? Tatted Up, Redbone sister. Shit. She was out here for a minute.
Keisha Cole?
Keisha Cole, my man.
Right.
Fantasia and Keisha Cole would have been a good versus.
That's a good one, yeah.
That's a good versus. Yeah, but yeah, bro. I think versus just kind of reaching right now. Maybe. But
look, this is what happened with this one. It was Mario and Omarion, and then the undercard, or I don't know if it was the undercard or their teams. Right. It was like Ray J versus Sammy, but you also had Bobby V in there. So it was like, bro, it was like Bobby Valentine. It was like seven, 8 people up there. I don't know if one was undercard. I don't know if they were certain teams and things like that. But nobody that night could sing. No one. So if you look on Twitter, I'm gonna try to send you some of the stuff. Ray J was singing One Wish. His voice was cracking. It was sounding horrible. His guys started to, sing backup for him. He was getting upset. He was like, stop singing backup and shit like that. Sammy, he was popular when he was a kid, and that was kind of it. And I think he's written records since then. But Sammy, he was out there upset. He was acting like a big dog when he really wasn't. He was like, yo, without Sammy, there is no this, there is no you, there is no, and it's like, fam, okay, you had like one song at 12 years old. Like, other than that, let's tone it all the way down.
Sammy smoking crack. He needs to
right
down, bro.
Right. Like Mrs. Officer rang off, which it was a wild night for that to ring off. I mean, it's a good song, but like Omarion, he was out there sounding a little funny, and then he brought out the watermelon, and he was he sang a sexual song, and he was eating the watermelon in a suggestive way, and he was on the ground humping the mic. It was a whole mess. The whole night was a mess. So like Mario definitely was the winner, and I don't want to downplay him, because the hits that he brought out, you would damn near forget, oh, Mario was a part of this. Okay. I thought, so he played his position well, as far as he came ready, as far as being able to sing live, and he had his music laid out, his track list laid out. Someone like Omarion, you could probably sit in there and be like, oh, he's got way more hits. But whatever he was doing, however he was positioning the music, it was getting stomped on by Mario. And then on top of the antics and things like that. So some of these playbacks on Twitter, comedy. I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna rewatch it, bro. I'm gonna watch it.
Right. I don't know what's going on.
I heard so somebody was saying, they said they had all these R&B cats up there, right?
Right.
And they like, man, it's crazy because, and it was a big thread that I was reading, bro, but it was absolutely true. And I don't want to bring up his name, but I'm gonna say his name.
R. Kelly. I already knew it.
Hey, bro.
I already knew it.
Hey, bro, they posted it up. They was like, man, it ain't an R&B dude you could think of on this earth in R&B.
Right.
Who could stand up there with Kels?
Hey, man.
Nobody.
Hey, man, it's what it is.
I'm not supporting what he got going on.
Of course not. But we already know when it comes to singing and writing, like, definitely writing.
Come on, man.
But, yeah, bro.
Hey, people forget he had an album with Jay, bro. Jay don't jump on no album with just
Right. Big
world. You know what I'm saying? Best of both worlds.
Best of.
I'm about to play that right now.
Hey, before the pepper spray incident.
Right.
Oh man, shout out Tata. But yeah, bro, it was wild for R&B that night. And then Chris Brown, he had released a new project this week, so he's doing a lot of press. And what Chris Brown said is, R&B is almost obsolete, and there's a shortage of confident male singers out there.
That's true.
And hey, man, we was arguing in the court about it, and I know Free, he's sticking up for R&B, the good fight. But look, man, it is what it is, because Tank had said this before. There's a lot of guys who said this before, that it's damn near like R&B is competing with hip hop, and it's losing market share to hip hop. And it's one of those things where you can tell that R&B is just mad influenced by hip hop right now. So a lot of the singing cadences, a lot of the flows sound like trap. You're
Man, the
damn
best
near
R&B.
rapping.
Hey, the best
Right.
R&B artist out here is Drake.
Right.
Artist.
Which is crazy, because when I'm giving these critiques, or when other people give these critiques, what they're saying is not that R&B is necessarily gone, but it's definitely being transformed, where you don't have that traditional R&B ballad anymore.
Right.
And I know you do. I'm sure that someone can pull up a million ballads that were just recorded last, month or something. But you know what I mean, as far as mainstream getting these accolades, making these sales and things like that. The last ballad, I mean, when you think about it, like No Guidance. You got it, girl. You got it. And that's Drake and Chris Brown. Like, it's funny to me, bro, because you definitely hit it on the head, because when I listen to a Drake project and I hear an R&B song, it will sound like a traditional 90s R&B song. Yeah. And I'll be sitting here like, does no one else make this? Why is Drake the only one making these traditional R&B ballads?
And Drake had a couple people in his camp, Party Next Door, and
right.
And who else was I thinking about? Black. You spell
right.
it, Black is good.
6, like, yeah.
Hey, bro, but hold on. Where the fuck is Trey Songz? I thought he was the new guy for the R&B. Wasn't he arguing with Kells about that? Where you
at? Right. Actually, Trey is competing with Kells for the Nasty Award. I mean, I don't know if that's what kept him away from this versus, because it would have been interesting to see him in the verses. But
yeah,
there's been a lot of allegations towards Trey Songz recently, as far as sexual assault. I don't know if it went as far as rape, but definitely sexual assault, and things like that. So there's been like more than 5 women who have come out recently saying that, Trey Songz was forcible with them, and, went against the consent and things like that. So
yeah,
it's tough, man. It's tough because Trey Songz, when you do speak about ballads and things like that, he was that guy. He was putting out that type of music.
R&B needs you, Trey.
Right. I mean, look, I would say when I think about ballads, The Weeknd definitely has ballads. But recently, let's not lie, Weeknd has been making pop and 80s pop and synth music and synth waves. So
it's them Pepsis, boy.
Right.
I'm telling you, bro. Woo! There's a lot. Hey, The Weeknd need to step it back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Pepsi Pop Store. They're giving them the $1 million deals to work with Max Martin and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, man, I mean, that's just where it is. Look, you didn't even have to think about it when Chris Brown said that. You was on that page. So I don't think it's something that it's unheard of. I think it's more, I think it's more so a call to be like, yo, do you care about the genre?
Right. We need that genre, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like what he's doing is saying like, yo, to the singers out there, to the male singers, you got your Summer Walkers and you got your Jasmine Sullivans. But to the male singers out there, what I think he's saying is, hey, man, either step it up or, focus on high quality production and music, and you can slow down the BPM a little bit, or you can take things back. Um, but it's one of those things where I think he's just like, yo, if you care about the genre, either make this music, or if you're a listener, support the people who do make this music. Because I feel like that happens in rap a lot, but rap is just so massive where everyone's got their thing, right? So
Right.
the boom bap and the dusty guys, they still got Griselda, they still got Mock, they still got Rock Marcy, they still got Madani, they still got a whole bunch of people.
Right. Electronica.
Right. You got your Kanye's, you got your Yeats, you got, I feel like hip hop is so massive now. Everyone's got their own thing where you can sit there and argue with people, but at the end of the day, you got what you got.
You got what you got. Whatever you like.
And every few years, I feel like people say, yo, hip hop could be gone in a few years if you don't do this. And I feel like people genuinely get on their job in hip hop. When Nas says hip hop is dead, people turn around and prove them wrong. When people say, yo, hip hop is turning into pop music or doing this or doing that, you still got subgenres like drill, or you still got that underground, or you still got the boom bap. So,
hey man,
I feel like something like that. Keep the music alive, right?
Yeah, two things. Death of auto tune, man. The auto tune disappeared. Real quick. Shout out T-Pain. We know you can sing, dog. Right. But on the other end of that too, bro, I will say this: with R&B kind of not dying down, but kind of taking the back seat, a lot of this R&B reggaeton has been able to step up, bro. The Bad Bunnies, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like their music is kind of like R&B, bro, but just with a beat. You know what I mean? Like a little bit more upbeat of a beat. What you think about that? I think that's because you hear a lot of people listening to those artists now. Your J Balvin. I mean, come on, man. He had a Jordan and he had a Mill.
Yeah. No, that's real, bro. That's real. I mean, that's hip hop, that's R&B, that's Spanish music or Latin music. That's a lot of different intersections with just the rise of reggaeton again.
Yeah.
Rise of Afro-Latino, Afro-Caribbean music.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Some Davio, some Wizkid. I mean, they stepping in.
Right.
I think it's just becoming a little bit more diverse, But I mean, yeah, a good R&B track, like ain't nothing like that. We need that back. Gotta get
right. So save the music at the COD. We telling you, if you got an artist out there who you support, then just make sure to support. Put your friends on. Keep telling them about it.
Let's get an R&B artist on. Let's see if we can find an R&B artist, man. We can get on.
Facto. I'm gonna reach out to it. There's a few singers out here I'm gonna reach out to.
Yeah. We're gonna bring it.
And let's talk to them about this topic because I like that, man. I like that. Like I said, Free was out here and he was fighting everybody in the court when people was telling him hip hop was dead. So yeah, man.
Hey man, Tank said it on Drink Champ. She said R&B money.
Yeah, R&B money.
R&B money.
That's episode 75.
Out here, baby.
It's the COD.
God.
Lupe Fiasco, drill music in Zion. Go get that.
Hey.
Keep R&B alive.
That's right. R&B alive. Wash your hands. Playing Lupe at the end.
Yes, sir.
We got COD merch available.
We do. I forgot to even bring that up. I forgot to.
COD merch.
When Gordo is back next episode, we're gonna have him explain the Frankie meets COD tee. His original illustration. But yeah, we got 2 tees available right now. So we got his illustration on a tee available, and we also got the COD logo on a tee. So that information is in the description below. And you know what it is. It's the COD.
It's the COD.
Peace.
Insane. I wish you were lying. Oh, yes I do. I Rappers die too much. That's it, that's the verse. I wish that you were lying to me. Oh, oh, yes I do. I wish that you were lying to me. I hope none of that comes true. Yeah, Silent Reflection was the first verse's mission. I ain't wanna water it down with a whole bunch of conditions. Just give it to you raw, how a nigga really feeling. Rappers get shot too much, probably has a lot more precision. But that was the decision, and with that I'ma stick. I don't really support niggas, cause the shit be making me sick. Look at what we say in this bitch just to get rich. Shoot a nigga right in the head, don't even flinch. Nah, we can't talk about that. We gotta talk about something else. I mean, because it's hypocritical, nigga. You got guns, you surrounded by gangsters and killers, all your niggas. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Yeah, talk about something else, Nigga, talk about something else. I've admired many cities through the windows of hotels. And from the window of a plane, I've seen the window of a cell. The plane started to fly, the rain started to fail. That's LaGuardia and Rikers, the airport next to a jail. I took a picture, looked like my window was crying, cause it was sad that all they saw every day was somebody flying. And they was trapped. This shit is whack, but it was crack, hung it on my wall like a plaque. Keep your eyes on the prize and your thumbs on the apps. Facts, I wish that they was lying in they raps. How does that transpire to be so damned by God? You want your friends to be goddamn liars. All we talk about are our goddamn priors. Shiny metal boxes on top of goddamn tires. I'm goddamn tired. If I say I didn't indulge, my pants be on goddamn fire. Cause I'm a part of the problem. Sometimes the P, and sometimes the robberlum. Fame, all in the name of martyrdom. Yeah, I wish that you were lying. What's the difference between a posthumous album and a life insurance policy? Spotify, $1's worth what $1 buy, go monetize. I wish that you were lying to me. Oh yes I do. Yeah. I wish that you were lying to me. I hope that none of that comes true. Ooh. Give you a fourth one to make up for the first. Only cause I know that you can take another verse. Want the Quran to be a lie cause hell sounds like it hurts. Also want it to be real cause heaven sounds like it's turned. Wear my conscience like a condom cause I don't wanna be burnt. Wear my dharma like it's armor cause I don't wanna return to the will of the quivering meat conception. Sometimes I hide inside Kerouac for protection from the Thanksgiving where bears attacking the dressing. Like Tekken, just lean back and tear into that refreshment. Sometimes real life parallaxes and depression. That's real. Maybe not lie, maybe just chill. Yo, maybe not die, maybe just kill. Wait, no, maybe survive making the meal. Ratings wavy, but wavy don't make you a Navy SEAL. Yeah, I wish that you were lying to me. Oh yes I do. I wish that you were lying to me. Hope that none of that comes